Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Rolnicki, and I'm sorry that I could not make it to class tonight. I actually have an on-campus interview that I'm pretty stoked about. But I will be adding in some contributions through this nice little webcam here that my BFF, Jeremy Moore, has been nice enough to set me up with. So again, sorry I couldn't be there, but Julian and I worked on this quite a bit together, and then I'll try to wrap up some of the things that we discuss right at the end. So yeah, I will see you in a little bit. Have fun. Hello again. I wanted to take a few minutes to thank you for participating in our presentation. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and anything that you might have learned from it. We hope you learned some valuable tidbits about working at a religiously affiliated institution. You should now have a sheet that highlights some of the specifics, like how working at a religiously affiliated institution may mean that you're spending less time on administrative tasks. You may also be working with fewer resources within your department and within the entire division of student affairs. And also how working in religious institutions may mean that you're working with a lot of different traditions, be it programmatic or academic. So, one aspect of working in a religiously affiliated institution that I wanted to focus on concerns student development. So, we have spent a lot of time in our classes and in our program learning about different student development theories. And those are, range from the more general, like Chickering's vectors and whatnot, to more specific, like D.L. Gelly's theory of identity development in LGBT students. As developmental theory has become more specific, we're starting to see more and more student development theories that focus on faith development. And from what I have read, this is actually very important for all student affairs professionals, not just people who are working in, religiously affiliated institutions, but I think it's especially important for those folks. And that's because I think that at religious schools, you may find yourself more often than not in conversations with students that you're talking about maybe some spiritual or religious conflicts that they may be having on top of all of the other developmental challenges that they could be facing at any given time. The literature on faith development in higher education says that it's really important for us as student affairs professionals to try to create a safe environment for students to have exploratory expression, exploratory conversation, so that they can feel safe as they're trying to question something that may be very important to them, and that they want to make sure that they put in the appropriate thought into. Also, as professionals, we need to be aware of our own state of religion, faith, or spirituality, because it's really hard to have those conversations with students, if you are not in a place where you feel comfortable yourself. Especially because we play the mentor quite a bit, and if we're facing the same challenges, it may help us relate to our students, but it also may create a difficulty in us trying to guide them through that time in their life. And the last thing I wanted to touch upon is that I know that some of us may look at institutions that, they say that they're Catholic or they say that they're Christian in their mission or within the title of their university, and that may concern us about the level of involvement in just everything that that school does. In my research, I've noticed that a lot of institutions will incorporate that specific faith in their day to day than some other schools. Like, some will require that staff and students actually go to a service every week or every day. I'm sure, that's probably somewhere. But there are also other schools around that don't do that. They focus a lot more on, the importance of faith and spirituality in your identity development, in yourself as a person, and that it's important to embrace the fact that there are different religions out there, and how to work in those environments versus selling the idea that one religion is right or one religion is better, or to even discriminate by religion. So I think that's something that I found surprising, and in my conversations with other professionals, I feel like it's something that might worry them. But I think that if you do your research and if you actually talk with people at institution, you'll see that a lot of staff and a lot of students come from faiths that are not the same as the affiliation. I think that's really important to note. Yeah. All right. I think that that's all that I have, and I'm pretty sure that that's all that we have. Just wanted to say thank you again, and I'm sorry that I couldn't be there. I certainly wanted to. I'm sure that Julianne rocked because that's what she does. Um, but yeah, I really hope that some of you have learned quite a bit about working in religiously affiliated institutions or working with students who attend them, and that it helps you out in this job search or any job search that you may have in the future. All right. Well, thank you, and have a great night.